Well there. So I've been a little busy the last couple of months. I've only been able to get out once. That was for a day hike. Kind of at the beginning of the fall color. It's all over now. Kind of sorry I missed it this year, but from what I noticed, it wasn't like a spectacular year for color this year, but it's still pretty. So it looks like I'm going to have a lot of free time for the foreseeable future, and I can get out in the woods. So I'm going to spend the night in the woods tonight, up on a ridge line, and do a little campfire cooking, pitch a tarp. This is going to be a good time. Well, this should surprise no one, but I think I'm lost. What I'm on kind of looks like a game trail, but it just petered out. And I haven't seen a blaze in a long, long time. This trail's not blazed that well anyway. Well, there's only thousands of acres to get lost in. I'll figure it out. All these leaves on the ground makes it really difficult to tell where you are. All right, I am definitely lost. I'm still in the valley bottom that had that creek I crossed, and I know I was on the trail then. Really don't want to backtrack. That was a ways back. Well, good time to sit spell. Think about it. I was here once, but that was a while ago. Ah! I see a blaze. Sometimes you just need to sit down and think about it. Thank God for blazes. All right, so this is a loop hike. I don't know, I think 6 miles. I just know I'm going to be a few miles from the road when I'm camping tonight. That was the goal. But a lot of trails that are loops only blaze to hike in one direction. This is counterclockwise. So whenever I turn around to try and figure out where I am, there will be no blazes looking in that direction. And then of course all the leaves on the ground really make it difficult to tell where the trail is. Oh, there's another blaze. It's always an adventure. That's what makes it fun. All right, so we're up on the ridge line that we're going to camp on now. We'll hike out to the point where it drops down into the valley, pitch camp there. It's beautiful. Boy, people do some funny things. I'm at the campsite. You have to camp at a designated camping area or you get a ticket or something like that. But, you know, of course, there's trash here. I do really like those leave no trace principles. I wish everybody followed it. It just makes it better for the person that comes behind you. But let me just show you around the campsite, not the trash. I just want to show you some of the funny things that somebody did here. So, you know, like, of course, this has been cut a long time ago, but somebody stacked rocks up there. And here's your fire pit and grill. Kind of nice with that log, which kind of got cut down on the side to sit on. Then you've got this up here on the tree, which I was thinking, you know, that wouldn't be bad to hang my pack on. It's a little wobbly, but I could sure use a little more bank line. Who can't? So I see this coming off. And then this little stool back here really cracks me up. You talk about working with what nature provides outside of the cordage. I wouldn't say this is the most comfortable looking stool, but I think I'm going to try it out. It looks serviceable. So thanks to whoever built this and left it. Alright, so I'm going to poke around a little bit, find a good spot to pitch tarp, and figure out what I'm going to do for a fire. Of course, I have to gather firewood. On the way in, I gathered some cedar bark for tinder, and this place has been picked over pretty well for firewood, so definitely going to have a small fire. Alright, I'll get back to you once I start getting things set up. I don't know, this pack, it's one of the heaviest packs I've carried in a long time. It's over 50 pounds. I know, that's a little crazy. Yeah. Good enough. Think it'll hold. All right, let's get busy. All right, camp is pitched, but it's starting to pull the stakes out. The wind keeps shifting directions. I did have it against the wind, and now it's blowing 180 degrees opposite, and it's blowing straight into the tarp. So I'm thinking about cowboy camping tonight. This is my third attempt at different pitches to try and deal with this wind, and I just don't think I'm going to be successful. So as soon as I decide I'm going to cowboy camp, the wind stops. The thing is, I know on this ridge line it's going to be windy all night long, but you have to camp in a designated site in this park, and there are only 4. 2 are on ridge lines and 2 are at the bottom of valleys. And we've had a lot of rain earlier this week, which means the bottom of a valley is going to be very humid, dewy in the morning. And we do have a chance for, slight chance for rain, like I'll be waking up to the rain in the morning. But it looks like, according to the weather report, I'm definitely walking back to the car in the rain tomorrow morning. Last time I camped in this park, I was in the bottom of a valley, and it was colder. It was last winter. And everything, my sleeping bag and everything got soaking wet in the middle of the night. And what's weird is, it's a good sleeping bag. I was warm inside of it, but the entire thing was iced up. And so the next morning, packing that up was not fun. So anyway, I've got this laid out. I'll get my gear all in here with me, and then just flip that tarp over and, you know, cover my gear, and only cover me if it starts to rain. All right, so I've got this cedar bark I roughed up quite a bit. That'll be our tinder. I'll shave a little fat wood into it as well. A little insurance. Then I start with this really dry, small kindling. Build up from there. It's almost 4 o'clock. It's time to get the fire going. I need these coals to cook dinner. All right, let's do this the easy way. All right, now we're starting to get somewhere. While that starts to catch, I'm going to have to find more firewood. I'm honestly surprised I was able to get a fire going tonight. All the wood I found was damp and punky. You can see it's a really smoky fire, but it's burning, which means I'll have dinner. See, I think I'll grill a steak, saute some asparagus, and garlic toast. That sounds good. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for the wood to burn down, I have a cigar and some wine. Red wine. It's what is it? Ozark Hellbender from Stonehill Winery. Probably my favorite winery in Missouri, and this is a good wine. Life is good. Boy, I sure do miss this. I think evenings like this are really just best in winter. A little too hot in the summer, too buggy. All I've seen today really are ladybugs. A lot of ladybugs, some spiders, and of course some squirrels. Several birds. It's been quiet out here. I like this. Haven't seen another person. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done something like this. One thing I kind of miss too, believe it or not, it's kind of going to sound weird, but it's talking to you guys. You know, I'm out here by myself, and I don't feel like I'm by myself, so to speak. I feel kind of like you guys are here with me, and it makes it a lot more fun. Yeah, it's kind of neat. I should have started this fire earlier, though. It's going to be dark before I get the proper coals for cooking over. Oh well, it's that time of year too. It's very peaceful. All right, I'm still waiting on the calls, but we're close. But back the way I came, there's a deer snorting at me right now. It's like, what are you doing? You're in my spot. The last thing I want is to be trampled by deer while I'm sleeping on the ground in the middle of the night, though. I forgot about this, but the last time I was here, I had a deer coming up the ridge from the point behind me, and I think I must be, well, I guess it makes sense that the deer use the same trails that people do. It's the easiest, way to get through the woods. But I must have been in his path the last time because he was pawing the ground and snorting and not happy. It'd be funny if it was the same buck. All right, so I want to show you this. It's a ridiculous thing to bring backpacking, but I picked it up. For those of you who've seen previous videos, I work part-time at the Home Depot, and this is in their gift center for Christmas this year. It's rechargeable. It's only $20. It's large, it's heavy. That's why it's ridiculous to bring backpacking, but I think it's really going to help cooking around this fire tonight. So it's rechargeable. You've got 2 different settings on the flashlight, and then you've got 3 different settings on this floodlight. And it has a stand. That's pretty awesome, I think. So I'll be using that. As you can see, we're almost ready to start cooking, and that light's really going to help. All right, so let's get this party started, as they say. Get the skillet warming up. Whoa, I'm on the smoky side. And I'm not going to cook directly on this grill, so we'll get this little grill for the steak going too. Let's flip these around so you can see what's going on. There we go, that's better. Yeah. I think I'll get that steak out. There we go. What is that? Oh, it's a New York strip. And let me get some seasonings. All right, I'm just going with garlic and salt on this. Oh, come on. There you go. Finally getting around to using this. It's a little thing of real salt out of Utah. A little olive oil, and that's not even close to level. All right, our asparagus. I hope this comes through on the camera. I never know. Initially, anyway. All right, we'll stir it up a bit here. Get it all coated in grease. That looks good. Get some seasonings going. By the way, it's not like I eat like this at home. I don't know what inspired me for this dinner, but I'm looking forward to it. And with salt, a little garlic, A lot of garlic, how's that? And some pepper. And after that steak, I'll use that same grill and toast a couple of pieces of garlic buttered bread, sourdough bread. That sounds really good. All right, I just turned that steak. It's looking really good. Asparagus is probably close to being ready. This is fun. See, Jackie? I can cook. Well, I'm not going to say that yet. I haven't tasted it. Actually, she knows I can cook, but not this elaborately. You know I'm going to be doing this at home now. That's okay. It's kind of fun. All right. I think the top's probably ready. Let's find out. Oh, this skillet's going to be fun to clean. That's a problem for tomorrow, Tim. So, tomorrow's breakfast is going to be coffee, a couple of pieces of toast with my wife's homemade strawberry jam on it, and an apple. But I really had problems finding enough firewood for tonight. I don't think I'll have any for breakfast in the morning, which means no coffee and no toast. Let's try this. Oh, that's all done. Oh man, that's good. See how the steak's doing. That's looking good. Medium rare is the way I like it. Oh, this steak smells delicious. So I'll just eat dinner in courses tonight. Asparagus, and then steak, and then garlic toast. This actually may not be that far from being ready. That's going to be nice. Nice crust on the outside. Alright, I think about ready to call this steak ready. Yep. And I still have asparagus left. Nice. This toast should go quickly. Move it out of the flames a bit. There we go. Alright, so I'll just toast this bread. Spread some butter and garlic on it. Call it dinner. Alright. Turn this bread. Oh, shoot. That is overdone. The other piece looks great. Okay. Steak came out medium instead of medium rare. As you can see, a little pink. It's tender, very tender and juicy, so I'm not complaining. I don't think this is going to work the way I thought it was going to. It's going to try and melt this butter, which is so cold out here. It's quite solid. Spread some garlic on it. I don't see it happening, but we're going to try. I threw the last 4 or 5 sticks on the fire because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do anything in the morning. And here's dinner. Garlic toast, steak, and asparagus. Oh boy. Oh, this steak turned out really good. All of it did. That is just amazing. Man, I tore into that dinner like I hadn't eaten in a week. That was so good. Even that piece of toast that got burned, I soaked up the steak juices with it. It was fantastic. I'd say it's better than anything I've had out in a restaurant. Maybe because it was cooked out here in the woods over a fire. I don't know, but wow, that was good. So I think I'll spend the rest of my evening working on this wine and enjoying the campfire. I'll get back to you guys when I'm ready to go to sleep. Well, the wine's gone. The fire's down to coals. Beautiful, kind of cloudy, moonlit night. And it's hiker midnight. Time for bed. See you in the morning. Morning. It's about 5 a.m. and rain's coming in about 2 hours. So I'm thinking if I get packed up now, I'll at least get most of the way back to the car before it starts raining. Slept like a baby. Okay, looks like we're all packed up. Only took about 20 minutes. Actually pretty much a record for me. And since it's pitch black out, I think I'll use that new light I picked up in addition to my headlight. See if I can stick on the trail on the way back. This is going to be fun. It was hard enough to tell where the trail was in the daytime. This is pretty much, oh, there's a campsite right there. That's interesting. It hasn't been used in a while, that's for sure. I don't remember walking by that on the way back here. Oh. All right, made it up the spur trail to the main trail. Now I'm trying to decide if I want to go back the way I came or finish the loop. It was sketchy enough just getting here, so I'm going to take a minute and think about that. All right, so I decided to complete the loop. I scouted both ways, and the thing about going back the way I came is it's more familiar, so hopefully there's less chance of being lost. But I'm going against the blazes. This way, at least I'm going with the blazes, and these are a little reflective, so probably less chance of being lost this way. Probably a good chance no matter which way I go, though, to be honest with you. All right, so this seems kind of odd, but as you can see, I have a blaze over here on the other side, so this is the trail. Too bad it's, well, no, it's not. I was going to say too bad it's not a heavily used trail that's really easy to see, but I'm kind of glad it's not. It gives you a little more solitude and less trash too. So I was thinking about sleeping last night. You know, there are pros and cons to everything. So the pros last night were got really cool, fresh air with kind of a light breeze. Man, I slept like a rock, except for the times when a spider was crawling across my face, or, you know, the coyotes. Other than that, though, that was a great night's sleep. This is actually kind of fun. This section of trail is the blazes, I can almost see one from the other, which is awesome. Not like what I had yesterday where they were so far apart you couldn't really see them. And I don't know, maybe it helps that they stand out a little bit in this flashlight too. But I never would have gone this way without the blazes, that's for sure. Because it sure doesn't look like I'm on a trail. Alright, there's a nice blaze. I went for a bit without one. Down towards the bottom of this valley, and we're just above Lone Spring. You can see it's flowing out from under that little rock shelf. In the summertime, every time I'm out here, this is bone dry. But with the rain we've had, that is beautiful. Alright, this trail drops down to the bottom of the valley by this creek with a little spur trail up to Lone Spring. Take a look at it real quick up close. There's the bench. It's muddy down here. That's a slight flow there, but there's the main flow. Okay, well, I'm down here in this valley bottom. Definitely have lost the trail. No blazes, but I know there's a really steep hill right there. And I've got this stream over here. So somewhere in here is a trail. It has to be. Sure would be nice to find a blaze. Yeah, I'm going to remember this trip for a while. Oh, a blaze. Yeah. Perfect. All right. I'm pretty sure I'm on the trail, but I don't know. It feels just like I'm walking through a drainage area, like a little ditch. Oh, and then I get a blaze. That's how it's been going. Just about the time I think I need to turn around and take another look, I find that blaze. That's perfect. Well, that looks like it's a little thick. Okay. But I'm pretty sure this is the right way. I think. Wow. That was a big tree with a lot of vine on it. Alright, we'll get through all this and see if I still think I'm on the trail. Alright, now it's starting to look like I've got a stream over here and that big Sugar Creek over there, and they join directly ahead of me. So I didn't plan for a stream crossing. This isn't Big Sugar Creek, it's a tributary. You probably can't see this. It may show up better without the light on, but there's this band of white off to my right, along in there. Looks like a road, sort of. That's the white rock for Big Sugar Creek. It's kind of neat. We have just enough light out to kind of see. Oh, I am gonna be lucky. Look at this. Very lucky. It's just a few pools. All right. Look at that big steep bank. Oh, there's a blaze. Thank you, Park Service. I think it's kind of deep in the middle. Well, you could tell it really, during a flood, it rushes through here. So, somewhere up in here is a trail. Is there an arrow? No, there's not. Interesting. Why doesn't, there's no, like, sign of somebody digging into this dirt right here to get up out here. Maybe here. Looks like a few people fell here before. Oh, yeah. Okay. So far, I'm not lost. Oh, yeah, I can see it now. I'm just not back to the car yet. Yep. There's a blaze way back there. All right. All right. Well, that's a lot of briars. I'm at another one of these areas with a bunch of fallen trees. And it looks like the way I was going would be right through the middle of that. And it kind of looks like a faint trail. That can't be. There's briars. I don't know. It looks like somebody broke the vines to get through there. No blazes. I'm probably going to just try and see if I can get around this and figure it out. It's like a puzzle. All right, so I made it around this, and right in there is where it looks like we should go through on the trail. So I'm on the other side, but this is not a trail because I've got tons of down trees all over the place. And nothing that looks like a trail, no blazes. So I guess I'm going back to the creek and take a look around. All right, I know I say this a lot, but thank God for blazes. There's one right there. I actually went back on the other side of all that downed stuff towards the creek and found what looks like a trail and started walking up creek. And all these fallen trees and everything, yeah, all of this is the trail. Well, this trail is one flood away from disappearing down here, just dropping off into the creek. Yeah, I could definitely tell this is a trail right here. And I think I remember being here before. And there's a blaze way off in the distance. We get some more walking on the edge of the bank up here, it looks like. Oh yeah. All right, I think it's light enough to where I can make it without the flashlight. I'm gonna keep it handy though, just in case. It's almost 6:30, very overcast. So it's strange weather. When I went to bed last night, it was 42. When I got up this morning, it was 52. And I looked at the forecast, it's supposed to be 58. So obviously a warm front, and that's what's bringing that rain in. But this is nice now. I kind of like hiking this. According to the forecast, I got an hour to make it back to the car or get dumped on. It's supposed to be heavy. We'll see how it goes, but I had to stop and had my rain jacket on and a mid layer and, you know, knit cap, and I'm down to just a t-shirt now. Well, it's just starting to rain and the car's in sight. What lucky timing. I had a great time. Hope you guys enjoyed watching it. See you on the next one.